friends, welcome back to Soul Light Reflections. I'm coming at you live from Costa Rica. I have been staying at my friend's place, basically living here for about a month total. I currently don't have a return ticket, and I'm just kind of feeling out when that is going to happen, when my return back to the States will happen. I am grateful to be able to work from anywhere, to explore this beautiful country. I actually came here to attend a retreat that my friend hosted, the friend that I'm staying with. And it has just I have no words at this exact moment for just how expansive this time has been. But I was feeling like I really wanted to channel some creative energy into recording an episode because I have not released an episode in quite a while. And it feels like it's time. I feel like I'll probably do another episode all about the retreat and my experiences with the plant medicines that we interacted with and just the retreat as a whole on another episode. But for this episode, I was feeling called to kind of talk about some of the patterns and shifts that are happening in my own spiritual and personal growth journey at this time. One of those things is that I feel like the older I get, the more I'm totally fine with the fact that people will flow in and out of your life, for your entire life. People that we once thought oh my God, those are my ride or die people, they're gonna be here forever. Sometimes they just don't hold the same spot in our heart forever. And that's actually a really beautiful thing. It's not a bad thing. And it isn't malicious to think that way. And it doesn't even mean that you don't have love for them anymore. It just means that you had your time together and you learned and you grew and you played and you healed, and now you both get the opportunity to move on and to find someone who's better suited for this next era of your life. If you think about it, no one is in your life forever. Literally no one. Some people are there for a really short time, and they might leave a really, really massive impact on you during that very short time. And then some people are there for a really long time, and they might still leave a really massive impact on you. The thing to remember is that if someone drifts out of your life, it's not a reflection of you. It doesn't mean that you did something. It just means that they might need something different right now. And it might even be a gift to you. Because with certain relationships, friendships, maybe you would never have made the decision to walk away, and it actually is an important step for your journey and for theirs. And if you decide that it's time to part ways with someone, it's not something to feel bad about either. It creates an opportunity for new space. And when you create opportunity for new space, you allow more aligned relationships to come into its place. Something that might serve your highest good even better in this era. Something that I like to say all the time is we're all walking each other home to our truest selves and to our most aligned, authentic life. And some people, most people, can only walk us so far on this journey. And something else that I've been recently thinking about, because someone very, very dear to me passed away recently, and I realized that the same goes for when someone passes away. They can only walk us so far in this physical 3D reality. And just because they aren't present in your life in this 3D reality, and this goes for not just when someone passes, but just in general, it doesn't mean that they can't still be with you in spirit. And sometimes when they're with you in spirit, it's actually in an even bigger way. I personally have friends in my life who I was extremely close with, and then now I never see them. We don't talk often, but we have such a deep spiritual connection that I feel this person all the time. And I know that connection runs so freaking deep that even though, I wish that we talked more and saw each other more in this reality, I know it's okay. And that that doesn't mean that we're never gonna be at that same level of closeness in this 3D reality again. I have to honor where that person is at, and they honor where I am at in this experience. And then another concept that I wanted to talk about, I feel like this episode's really just going to be like stream of consciousness, things that I've been going through and realizing. What I'm realizing is that we are literally all just trying to get a pat on the back. Like, especially if you're on a spiritual path, I feel like a lot of the conversations we have with our spirit guides are like, am I doing this right? Like, please give me answers, give me guidance. And we want that gold star. We want that like metaphorical spiritual gold star. We want to know, I'm doing it right. You're doing great, sweetie. I'm proud of you, right? Because I honestly think that a lot of us probably didn't hear that a ton growing up. I know I didn't. And it's something that I always yearned for, and I always felt like I had to do in order to gain love and respect and compassion. It was a learned response. When in reality, the ultimate, like, I'm proud of you, sweetie, should come from yourself, which honestly can feel so awkward. It's something to be practiced. It's not something that'll feel great right away. But the more that you, for instance, write down, I'm proud of you, to yourself, the more that you do mirror work, looking in the mirror, telling yourself how proud you are. Maybe if you really need to, like, writing out the accomplishments you've done. I say that with like an asterisk because I don't think it should really be based on accomplishments. I think it should be based on the type of person you are, the way that you decide to move about your day, the way that you make people in your life feel. I think that's where it should really come from. Now, this is definitely something that we could dive a little bit deeper on, but I want to keep it rolling because I have so many thoughts to share and limited time at this exact moment. Another thing that I've recently realized, especially on this retreat that I went on, is that I used to think that like I just got along better with guys than girls, and like that's just the way it was. Like I was a guy's girl. And now I realize I love girls. I love women. I love having girlfriends who lift me up, who dance with me and laugh with me and make silly jokes and make me feel beautiful and special. And I love having girlfriends who literally just get it. And the cool part about this is that women are waking the fuck up. We're realizing all of these lies that we've been fed about being in constant competition with each other. We're remembering the power of sisterhood. We're remembering that we were never meant to do this alone. We were fed all of these lies. And when you have soul-aligned friends, it feels really good because you never have to dim your light in order for them to shine theirs. They make space for you to shine yours. You make space for them to shine theirs. No one outshines the other because you're all so fucking bright and gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous girls. And you all shine together. We all shine together. The world around us lights up in the most beautiful way. And what I'm reflecting a lot about, especially after the retreat I went on, and the retreats that I host, is how powerful it is when that connection is not just online, but it goes offline. IRL, real life experience. There's like that saying, when the group chat makes it out the chat. Wait, how does it go? When the group trip makes it out the chat or whatever. When the group chat turns into a shared space. When the group chat turns into a real physical space where we all get to dance together and cry together and laugh together and heal together. In person, in your own body, surrounded by other people in their own body, in your joy, sharing in their joy, everyone in authentic expression, literally everything changes. We could take on the fucking world. We can create like the most magic of magic of magic. Okay, next thought. I don't know, this is kind of fun because I feel like I'm kind of throwing out a lot of ideas, and then the thing that I like about this episode is you get to then continue that thought on your own and like really mull it over. But I know I'm throwing a lot at you. I wrote this poem a while back about like how I found God, and I shared it on social media, so you could like deep dive and go find it. It's in a caption somewhere. But I was reflecting on that concept again, and while I am not going to pull up that exact poem at this moment, there was another poem that I wrote the other day, and I want to share with you. I wrote, I found God, but not in the way you would expect. I met God within myself. I met God within people who feel like my soul family. I meet God through walks in nature. God is in the conversations that make your heart sing. God is within us all. I am God, you are God, we are all God. This is a concept that growing up, I would have been like, what? I was raised Catholic. And while a lot of the concepts like didn't really make sense to me, I did think that like Jesus was a real person. He was trying to like spread good, and that a lot of his shit got twisted. I still think that. I also recently heard someone talking about like praying and sharing your manifestations with God versus saying the universe. So she was like, look, I'm not religious at all, and I can recognize that God is all of us, and that while it might not be like one man in the sky sort of thing, who knows, maybe it is, and that God created the universe. So why would you not go to like the source of all of this rather than the creation itself, if that makes sense? And so it's really kind of shifted my focus. Because while as a child I was taught God is a man in the sky, and I don't necessarily believe that, I do think that it is like an entity that is within all of us. And so I have been doing a lot more work and saying God after having so much resistance around that for so freaking long. Because, you know, when you grow up a certain way, it's not really like rebelling per se, but I feel like it's kind of like that type of mindset where you're like, oh God, like no, I don't want to talk about that. And I feel like I've had that mentality for a lot of my adulthood, and now I'm realizing like, no, this is actually like really beautiful to have that connection. All right, next thought, we're moving on. I wrote this down during the retreat. I have a limiting belief that people don't feel the same way about me that I feel about them. That people don't love me as much as I love them. That people don't see the light in me as much as I see in them. And I don't 100% know exactly where this comes from. I assume that it comes from something from some of my past relationships or familial relationships or something. But I literally, it's interesting. I get self-conscious when other people are shown like really big love and support, but when like I don't feel like I got any of that same support and like the love that I need when like I'm really hurting. I feel like this feels really raw to admit, but it feels like a little bit of jealousy almost. Like, oh, well, that person must have a lot more love or hurt or whatever they're experiencing, and so they deserve it more than I do. And so then I start to feel like this shame and this like jealousy and not resentment, but I start to be like, oh, like I kind of wish I could experience that. All right, moving on. Next concept. There's this phrase that goes, your new life is going to cost you your old life. And as of the last 2 weeks, I'm realizing exactly what that actually means. It means you have to let go of the old narratives. Sometimes you literally have to like set your old life on fire, not in like a chaotic way, but in a beautiful like release, like intentional way. As if you're sitting in front of a fire and you're like writing out things on a piece of paper that you want to release and you're giving it to the fire, not like a throw everything in the fire, set this shit on fire sort of way. You have to do what's on your heart. You have to go where your soul is guiding you. That's literally why I'm in Costa Rica for an extended period of time right now. I trusted it. Do I know exactly what the fuck I'm doing here? No, but I'm just being. And I've been getting message after message after message for months to just be, so that my new life can start to shift into place. I want you to remember that you can actually change direction literally whenever you want. There's always a way. Always. There's so many like stipulations and like rules and things that we're told that actually aren't fucking real. You can actually do whatever the fuck you want. And I will shout that from the rooftops till I die, because it's literally true. And we're literally fed these lies that like that's not true. Now, I do like to add a little caveat to that you can do whatever the fuck you want as long as you're living with intention and love. Because I don't want someone coming back and being like, I don't know, stole from someone, like, because I can do whatever the fuck I want. I mean, technically, yeah, you can. But, like, let's try to, like, pour more light and love into this world, shall we? Please. And the last final thought that I want to share with you on today's episode, we'll keep this short, is something that I wrote down, like, one of my first days here in Costa Rica, which was, I'm no longer scared of success. I'm ready for greatness. I'm ready to really lead. I've done a lot of leading in my life. I've done a lot of things that people could see as successful, and it's never fully felt like I did that. I've never gotten that feeling. Regardless of the retreats that I've hosted, regardless of the client successes, regardless of really any of that, like, I've never done something and said, wow, yeah, I did that. Because I'm always, like, on to the next thing. And I feel like my time here in Costa Rica has shown me how to, like, slow the fuck down and, like, savor moments a little bit more. And so I am in a state of calling in massive, rapid success, financial freedom, expansion, love, soul-aligned people coming into my community, music, nature, adventure, connection. People who, like, do not hesitate to experience opportunities that feel intuitively right. And fuck yeah, I should get paid for the energy that I pour into things, because I pour so much good energy into this world, and I'm sitting here saying, fuck yeah, I deserve that. I deserve that because of the work that I do, the way that I help people, and my mission on this planet. Every single person should feel a positive, energetic exchange for sharing their gifts with this world. And I'm grateful to be rewiring my subconscious beliefs and behaviors to mimic what I actually want to see come to fruition. I want you to remember that God, the universe, source, your spirit guides, your higher self, all want the fucking best for you. They're not like, oh, how can we make Rachel's life even harder? Let's see. No, that's not what's happening. Like, if you actually think that's happening, we got some deeper work to do. Because everything actually is set up for you. It's not happening to you. There's this concept of soul contracts, and that we all came into this life and we experience the hardships that we do because we signed up for it. We wanted to be a well-rounded soul who experienced the light and the darkness, so that we know how to carry on that light as life gets harder and harder and happier and happier. So give yourself grace. Say a little prayer to God, the universe, your higher self, spirit guides, universe, because they are setting you up for success in every given moment, as long as you are following your intuitive pings and doing what feels right and continuing to tune into spirit guidance. They want the fucking best for you. They want things to work out for you. Source is nothing but pure love. Do you really think that something that is pure love would ever want the worst for you? No. It's here to guide and love you, show you the way, light the path. So trust it. So that's what I have for you today. I know it's just like a lot of thoughts, just like blah. And like I said, I think it's really cool because you get to now take some of these concepts and run with it yourself. I don't want to always just be like feeding you like these complete thoughts and processes, because then you can't have your own thoughts and process around it. If you have anything that comes to you, like downloads or like thoughts that you want to share with me, I would love to hear. You can message me on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, email, whatever works for you. If you have my number, you can text me. I would love to hear. The best part about podcasting is when people relate and when I get to go, oh my God, you actually listen. Thank you. Because I've said this before, but sometimes it feels like you're talking to yourself. And I will start having guests on here soon, which I'm really excited about. So then I won't be talking to myself. But anyways, until next time, keep shining, keep aligning, and we'll talk soon.